Hey, what's up, guys? Throughout my time as a real estate investor entrepreneur, I have had to utilize a W 9 quite frequently. And I wanted to just touch base with you guys real briefly and explain how to complete one of these forms. The first time I saw one, it kind of made me go cross eyed. And they're really not that complicated. And there's a really good chance you're going to see a lot of them for whatever different business entity or entrepreneur that you decide to do. A lot of like affiliate programs require a W 9 on record, and this is just for taxes, but it's fairly easy, and I'm going to just run through it real briefly for you. First piece obviously is, your name, and then the business name. So if this is, I don't know, 123 the best LLC, whatever. So if it's for an entity, right? So if you're a limited liability company or a C corporation or S corporation or any of that, you'll put the business name there. Now, in my case, this is a partnership, so this is two people in my LLC is usually what ends up happening. But if it was an individual or a sole proprietorship, then that would be this, which would be considered a disregarded entity. And I'll explain where the difference is for that in a minute. But for me, it's a partnership, and I'm not going to get into which of these you should use. That's a question for a tax professional. But different companies, different reasons. I have an article on and a video on LLCs if you want some more information on that. But so mine is a partnership, but realistically it's a limited liability company because it's also, so anyway, if you didn't catch that, the difference, so you check the limited liability company box and then put P for partnership because it is different than just a partnership, like a joint venture or something like that. I don't have any exemptions, so I'm going to leave this part blank. And then other instructions, whatever, the address, 123 in Oceanside, California, 92111, which is not the zip code. But this would be if somebody was asking you to fill it out, they could put this in here as like a return address or whatever. Again, it's optional, not a big deal. And then this piece, right? It's fairly self-explanatory. Now, here's the difference. If you check this box to be a sole proprietor, individual, a disregarded entity, then you would put your social security number in here according to the instructions on this form. And if you are a normal entity or an LLC or whatever, you would put your employer identification number, which is your tax EIN that the IRS provides you when you file an LLC. So if you haven't done this yet, when you file your LLC and you get all your documents back from filing your LLC, you need to then take that information, go to the IRS. You can do it all online in like a day, but and file for a tax EIN. And this is like a company's social security number, and it's traditionally like a 81 or an 88 or an 8. Like mine all start with 8s, maybe not for long, but and then whatever number. And then really at that point, all you do is you can either print it and sign it and date it, or you can do the electronic signature on the Adobe PDF and sign and date. And then if you have questions on this form, all of the answers realistically are down here, right, in the instructions as you scroll through. And so this is where it covers the disregarded entity use social security number, so it goes line by line, and you can go through and you can consult all of this. But basically, this is all you need to know about, and then sign and date, and then you send it back. You just email it back to your employer or however that works, and then, or whoever it is, and then, they're all good. And this will help you with getting paid for whatever that is. Now, if you're having someone else fill this out, then depending on how much of their information you know about, you could fill out their info. So you could put, whatever their name is, like not David Perret, and then maybe they're not the best LLC. Maybe they're freaking 321 East Main Street. I don't know, but you can fill out whatever of their information you know. Now, honestly, you're probably not going to know the social security EIN, or most likely not. And that's honestly why people generally use this form, is to get that information for payment stuff, so they have it on record. But this is easy. It's very simple. It's just sometimes because it's a tax form, the most complicated piece, just making sure you check the right box and then know which one of these you fill out, depending. And for the vast majority, like corporations and limited liability companies, it would be an EIN, and then down below it'll tell you the rest. But I think trust, partnership, and individual can be social. So again, I'm not a tax professional, not an attorney. just wanted to show you guys how to fill out this form real quickly. And the benefit to this is that what you can do with this video is you can share it with somebody you send this to. So if you want to, if you send this form to somebody, because it's a somewhat confusing form, feel free to send a link to the video, and then that way they get a walkthrough and you don't have to explain to every person you send a W-9 how to fill it out. So easy day. That's my hope. Help this help someone out, and I hope you guys have a great day.